offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
Makes a quick catch. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
This is what you love to see, right? Quarterback does a nice job of looking and finding his open receiver, and he waits to the last possible second. In fact, Chris, he gets hit as he gets that ball out of his hand. So good job of showing some strength and a good job.
Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 on the first possession. Defense not pressing this time. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Catch made over the middle. He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Well, this is exactly what can happen when you're overly aggressive and things go bad. And I get it when it's late in the game and you're trying to climb back into it. But to have a turnover on downs now, man, this one could hurt you.
Looking to the air in the first play of this conference championship. Grab down the middle. It's Mendez. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. First down and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Got the first down and still motoring. They get him on the ground finally, but it'll be first down from the 14. The Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trap. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Moves left out of the pocket. Grabbed by the receiver. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Catch made on the right side. Finally stop him, but that gain is good for a first and goal. The Buckeyes looking to punch it in here. It's first and goal. Direct snap to the back. And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
As a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front and it costs you. It's exactly what happened here as they score this touchdown.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Coverage team flying down there. Good job. They limit the return. Not much there. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. Play action here on first down. On the move now. The pass is intercepted. He takes it into the end zone. Let's check and see what that marker is about. So the defensive touchdown stays on the board. The offense had a chance to negate it with the penalty, but for some reason declined it. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. The quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane.
Escapes the pocket, but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
I mean, that's just being a difference maker up front. You look at that uniform, you think over the years with Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young, and so many great defensive linemen. And this guy right here is showing you he's got some of the similar skill set.
The ball is picked off. Breaks into the open. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
Off the play fake on first down. He fires it down the middle. Oh, he makes the catch. The sophomore making an excellent catch there.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
First and 10 play coming up. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. Quick throw over the middle. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
It's a cold night, and this offense is trying to come out, trying to find some kind of rhythm to get their quarterback going, but maybe underestimating the conditions and the speed of this defense.
First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Looking to scramble. Launches it deep down the left side. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on first down, but missed it.
Well, they go with the dagger concept here on this play, but unfortunately the quarterback could not get it to his intended target running on that vertical route.
Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Oh, look at the quick cut. Tackle, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The Cornhuskers pick up enough yards to move the sticks. Grab behind the line. It's locked. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Now it's second down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Receiver makes the grab.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Ohio State has the lead here after one. They jumped out to an early lead in that opening period. Let's take a quick look at the stats so far. And as we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Out of the gun now on third down. And the receivers got it. They make the stop, but good enough for a first down at the 29.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
The pocket breaking down. And it's incomplete, just out of reach. A little too much on that throw.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, it could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Running out of time in the pocket. That's reeled in. It's locked. Heads out of bounds after a solid game.
That's a much better job by this quarterback of working through his progressions. We've seen him earlier try to force some throws, trying to make a big play. This time, works through his progressions, checks it down to the flat, and picks up some positive yards.
Caught behind the line. It's Poe. The ball to the ground. The ball bounces out of bounds, and the offense will hold on to possession.
Boy, the offense has to feel incredibly fortunate that they are able to retain possession. Ball's on the ground. It ends up going out of bounds to give them another play and another opportunity in a game right now that they're trailing. They're looking for at very least a field goal and still can hope for a touchdown.
Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line, the offense threatening here. So here we go, third down. Defense needs a stop here, try to force a field goal attempt. He's got it near the end zone. And the defense makes a saving tackle at the 2-yard line.
But these guys clearly weren't even thinking about a field goal on this one. They know that field goals won't win a game like this anyway, so be aggressive. And now it's first and goal.
Good pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Tremendous protection. There's bound to be somebody open. Touchdown, Nebraska. Conference championship pressure, they just grind away. Beautiful execution on that methodical drive.
Man, I can't think of a better stage than the conference championship to put together a drive like that. Moving the sticks, executing along the way, avoiding any turnover potential, and coming up with a touchdown. Great job.
Make the extra point, cut the lead to 14-7. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Return begins inside the 10. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly error. Oh, and he dropped it. Very uncharacteristic play by this wide receiver. Second down. The incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 from the 24. Play fake, looking to throw. Moves out of the pocket. He bought some time, now lets it go. But the junior quarterback inaccurate that time, threw it behind the receiver.
Even though that was incomplete, it was a savvy play by the quarterback to escape the pocket and the pressure to avoid taking the sack there.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. On third down, he drops to throw. He's got it with room to run. Goes down after making the grab, picks up a few yards, but it's short of the first down marker. Trying for a fourth down completion. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback, hitting his receiver. And the ball comes out that fast to put so much pressure on the defense to locate the football, let alone trying to get their hands on it.
He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets him. That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Wants to throw it. Up ball snagged for a completion. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. Buckeyes are looking to keep this drive going. Looking to throw it on first down. Fires it to the wideout. That's knocked away. Defense makes a nice play. It's incomplete.
To me, it looked like that receiver maybe tipped his hand on this out route. The corner does a nice job of breaking on the ball. Receiver needs to be sharper on those if you want to have any success against this secondary.
Crosses the 10-yard line. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. But when teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
And looking to throw now on first down. Grab made by the tight end. Breaking tackles and going. Ball carrier tackled at the 2. A solid gain on that completion.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Buckeyes come to the line with first and goal. The quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. But the play loses yardage. Very tough second down coming up now.
I love the aggressive approach here throwing the football, but they're going in the wrong direction. Losing yards when you're this close to the goal line, and that's not ideal.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
And the windows are so tight on these throws for this quarterback. Positive yards are a good thing here. Now it's 3rd and goal, getting so much closer to punching it in.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We'll see if the offense here can build on this lead before the break. So instead of a chip shot attempt for a 2-score lead, they keep the offense on the field to go for it on 4th down. Looking for a receiver. Pass caught. Can he get in? And he cannot get in. The defense rises up, makes a stand. Turnover on downs.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that 1st down marker is and run that route a yard or 2 beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the 1st down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
They've got him, but that completion good enough for 1st down yardage.
Man, it's so valuable to have a back like this who can take a check down and turn it into a 1st down. That level of playmaking is such an asset to a team in today's game.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. And the single back takes the handoff. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. Holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Luck. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the 1st down marker.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
That's caught. It's Poe. And he will make the 1st down. Tackled at the 26.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on 3rd down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
Pressure is coming. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense.
Oh, how I love when this happens. The big dog up front is working hard and snatched his opportunity. Good for him.
So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. He's got it, looking for the end zone. Brought down at the 3 after the completion. The offense really threatening now.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
They'll try the ground game here. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And so it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the 1st half clock. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Looking for his big tight end. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Oh, my gosh, would he love to have that one back. Open receiver downfield, he misses it. That's where you go back to the receiver and say, hey, man, that one's on me. I'm coming right back to you.
On the move now. On the run here. Lets it go. This time, a completion. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Now, everybody's entitled to whatever they think is best for their own defense. Man, this quarterback is just sitting back there with all kinds of time to be able to evaluate the coverage and make a throw. This defense better get more aggressive and start getting after the quarterback.
Timeout is called to touch strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? From the shotgun, drops back. A deep shot to the right. It's caught inside the red zone, still on his feet. They tackle him all the way down to the 15-yard line. This offense is knocking on the door now. The Cornhuskers getting set on 1st and 10. Here comes a throw from the red zone. He lets it go. The pass is incomplete. Unclear who the intended receiver was that time. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Makes the catch. Can he get in? They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. The pass rush closing in. All the way quickly, but nobody in the area, and the official is going to call intentional grounding here. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery.
Trying it onside to start the third with the lead? It's, I guess, a bold strategy. Now we'll see if it comes back to bite him.
Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. It's an out route, the catch made. Tremendous toughness here. They finally get him down, but it's a sharp play through the air.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Boy, not only did they drop what looked like an interception in their own end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum in their favor.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Catch made, but the defense gobbles him up for just a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Design quarterback run. The defense all over. They stop him right at the line. The Buckeyes will come to the line on 4th down, looking to keep the drive going. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Launching one to the end zone. Caught near the goal line. They bring him down short of the end zone, but this will set up a 1st and goal.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver.
And he fights in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Chris, I know the back's going to get a lot of attention for this touchdown, but I was focused on the offensive line. You had 5 guys working as one. Great communication, able to get up to that 2nd level and open things up nicely to allow the back into the end zone.
up after just scoring a touchdown. Oh, they keep the football. They're able to recover that fumble and avoid a costly mistake.
Oh, boy. The kick returner catches a break. His teammate was able to recognize the ball on the ground and immediately made a heads-up play to get on top of it.
Quick throw, testing the middle. Caught with room to run. They bring them down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
One play moves the ball to the 48. Another first down coming up. Quick throw to his receiver. Oh, and he can't quite hang on. Almost the fourth interception he's thrown today. Brings up second down.
Boy, this defense has this quarterback rattled. An interception in the last series. He almost threw another one.
So second down after the incompletion. And he drops back in the gun. Looking for a man deep down the middle. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
And the big play to start the drive, but now, the two incompletions, they face a 3rd and 10. Looking for the wideout. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. They make the tackle, but this offense now in scoring position. First down to the 32. The Huskers offense is on the move now. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Over the middle, it's Poe. They bring him down to the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. I mean, first down.
That's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
And the Huskers with 1st and 10 here. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Running back grabs it on a screen. Tackle at the 8 after the completion. So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. QB to the tight end for a completion. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal.
Great execution on the RPO. Quarterback does a nice job as he's putting the ball into the belly of the back, making sure to read his key. This defense was determined. They came up to stop the run. Quarterback saw it, pulled it out, hit the quick slant right behind it for some great yards.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
And he knocks through the PAT. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Turner choosing to field this one. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. You can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even affect the running game by making those safeties aware that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Finally heaves it deep down the middle. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. They've got him at the 48. That's a first down. First down now at the 48. What a difference one play can make from being backed up to out near midfield. They'll try the right here. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And he drops it. Can you believe it?
Well, that's everything you want to see from an offense. Great execution. The line gave the quarterback time. Quarterback makes a great read, throws it to his guy. The receiver drops it. Now he's going to have to shake that off and get ready to make that next play.
Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well-designed play here on this dagger route. Looked like everything was in play. Unfortunately, the timing off between the quarterback and that vertical seam.
4th down, looking to throw for it. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big 4th down stop.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here, you draw it up perfectly, you think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's running out of time here. On a pass rush against Unc.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. But let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
Oh, and he fumbles. It bounces past the sideline, out of bounds. They avoid the turnover there. Urgency now for the offense. They hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Tries to get it to the running back. And we're able to move the sticks. Set up now, 1st down at the 34.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
1st down, looking to throw the football. Throws it in. It's Poe.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Bringing pressure. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting earholed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
So it's 3rd and short from the opponent's 28. Let's see what the play call is here. They're already in field goal range, but thinking about the end zone. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Huskers. The comeback is on.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And the point after gets him within a touchdown, 28-21. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. It's a dart right down the middle. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. He could go. Tackled after the takeaway, and that will end this quarter. Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. We've reached the end of 3. Time is running out to cut into the lead. Let's take a look at the game sets before we move on. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They open the fourth by going to the air. That's a fly to the wideout. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for it.
And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. And he finds his tight end for the catch. Big man finally brought down by the cornerback. That was a tough assignment.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
One of those critical third down plays come up. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Lets it go quickly. Intercepted in the end zone.
Well, cold weather always seems to make life more difficult in the passing game. You can see this quarterback really wants that one back. That's a tough break on this interception.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception in the very first play of the last possession. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. They make the stop, but not before a solid game that time.
Well, how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the fourth.
Leaning on the run game here. In the clear at the 25. Now here he goes. At the 20. Inside the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Ohio State. That's another touchdown for the running back, and they've got one hand in that conference championship trophy now.
Man, this running back is just adding up the touchdowns. You know, the whole conference knows about this guy and what he's capable of doing, and here he is, the big stage of the championship game, showcasing everything he's got in the toolbox.
Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
35, Nebraska, 21.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. That costly red zone interception the last time out. Let's see if they can recover from that error. Makes the catch. It's locked. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Well, it's another positive play, but man, look at the clock and look at the score. You still need a couple of touchdowns to be able to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win it. So you got to keep moving here and keep taking those shots downfield.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. The receiver makes the catch. He stopped him at the 45, but that's good for a first down. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. The drive stays alive with that first down completion. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He's got it in the open. Finding some room at the 25. Touchdown, Nebraska, as they come roaring back now. Here we go. That's what you hope for. Fourth quarter, one-possession game, conference championship on the line.
You know, these conference championship games sometimes can be so unpredictable. 1 minute you're up by a couple scores, and all of a sudden you have a stalled possession or a turnover, and the pendulum shifts in favor of the opposing team. It's feeling like that might be...
And it's intercepted right near the goal line. The 50, the 40, past the 20. Inside the 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. It's a pick two. When have you ever seen that before? As the two-point try backfires big time.
37, Nebraska.
Now he safely makes the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Well, it's a great job by the hands team. Expecting the onside kick in position, they were dialed in and pounced on the football.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, that's exactly what defensive coordinators love to see. You've got a quarterback that typically is known for his ability to cover, and here he shows some physical toughness by sticking his nose in there, and he comes up with a nice play in support.
Looking to pass here on second down. It's caught. Breaks free with room to run. Tackle finally made to run at the 13-yard line.
Well, I think the offense lulled the defense to sleep here. You'd think that they're just working the clock here and running the football, and then they throw and surprise you and get some positive yards downfield just to keep this defense honest.
Quick throw to the flat. It's a screen. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
He escapes the pocket. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. The important third down play coming up. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to throw it on third and very long. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Defense is coming after him. Gets rid of it on the move. The pass is incomplete. The defense holds on fourth down, and they'll take over.
Wow, Chris, I don't know. You got control of this game, and you go for it here? A little bit confusing. Why even allow your opponent any chance of anything? Finish out the win and just punt it away.
The stop made at the 45, but enough for a first down.
You talk about a dream football game at the college level. This guy's now over 400 yards passing today.
The Cornhuskers come to the line in the hurry-up. Here's a 1st and 10 play. To snap it, quarterback looking to throw the ball. Screen to the receiver in the flat. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, hit those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Looking to scramble. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. It's incomplete. The defense rises up and gets the stop against this very efficient third down offense. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on fourth down. Back to throw again. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on fourth down, and the drive keeps going.
That's what you love to see from the quarterback, recognizing the receiver's past the marker, and a good job by the receiver to know where he needed to go to get that first down.
Throws to the tight end. Caught! He's wide open. Look out! Breaks into the clear. He's brought down, but an explosive play through the air.
Now the offense is taking advantage of the defense kind of sitting back with this lead. That's back-to-back plays of big yards. You know, it's a bend-but-don't-break mentality from this defense, but they might want to reevaluate because this offense is moving the ball too quickly down the field.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He cannot escape. It's a sack. They get to the line in a hurry here for this third down. Out of the gun now on third down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now. So here comes the kicking team on the field. They'll settle for 3. This is to get it back to a 1-score game. And that one's straight down the middle.
Yeah, I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
On the hands team all over that to make the recovery.
Good call here to go with this onside kick. It looked like they may have had a shot to be able to come up with this recovery. Unfortunately, they don't, and this could wrap up the ballgame.
Here's a wrinkle now. They go to the Wildcat formation with an extra blocker. Let's see how this works out. And it's a direct snap. Moves out of the pocket. The ball is caught. And he's into the end zone. But hold on. There's a flag now. This might be coming back. Less than 2 minutes from a conference championship. Can they keep the football and secure the win? Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Throws it to the right. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. Closing in on a conference championship. This offense trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. He's brought down out at the 46. And a timeout taken by the defense with 30 seconds remaining. Less than 2 minutes from a conference championship. Can they keep the football and secure the win? Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Running back has it on a screen now. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And the defense stops the clock with a timeout. 24 seconds remaining. It's a 1-possession game. They'll elect to go for it here on 4th down. They'll change the pre-snap look now. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Looking deep to the right side. And the deep shot falls incomplete. But wait, there is a flag on the play, so we'll check that out. Defense will have to regroup now after that 15-yard penalty. So 1st and 10, that's a costly mistake for the defense on 4th down. He'll hand it off. Runs through the defender. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior. Buckeyes will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Looking to make a big play downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Buckeyes. This offense really clicking.
Well, and that's another touchdown for this offense. They continue to go out there and battle. I want to see what this handshake's going to be like after the game. I don't know how the opposing coach feels about this late score.
It's always a special year when after all the work you put in, you can call yourselves champions of the Big Ten. And now with the playoff spot locked up, spotlight gets even brighter. Going to find out where they're going to be playing as they continue to pursue a national championship. And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Hermstreet, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Four teams have battled through the opening round of the college football playoff, and now the pressure and the intensity continue to mount as we go to the quarterfinals, moving away from home sites and onto neutral fields. What's the bigger factor, the battle-tested team or the better-rested team? Welcome, everyone, to Glendale, Arizona. This is the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, part of the college football playoff, as we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on last season's national champions, the Oregon Ducks. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowl, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. Time to find out who's going to be moving on in the college football playoff. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Pre-snap motion from the offense. They're going to the air on the first play. The pocket breaking down. He'll just throw it away to avoid the sack. So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Nice grab. It's Poe. They bring him down to the 45 and a solid gain to keep this drive going.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
On first down, it's play action. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
And this pass is on target. Caught.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
Catch made by the tight end. They get the 3rd down conversion. First down now from the 37. The Cornhuskers pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it on first down. Grab down the middle. It's Poe. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. And he'll just throw that one away to avoid what would have been a sack. 3rd and short here in this playoff game, the 8th play of the drive. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Rolling to his left, outside the pocket. And the junior quarterback shows his toughness, keeps this drive moving. The Huskers will line up on 1st and 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, this quarterback is going to get an earful when he gets back to the sideline. We're in the first quarter. You can't be exposing yourself to big hits early in the game like that. Chris, they're going to need him today, and this is just the opening drive.
That play makes it 2nd and 10. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. On the move now. He pulls in the catch. Oh, he fought hard there, broke a tackle, but brought down short of the sticks.
Chris, this is somewhat of a surprise to me. These guys have been great on 3rd down all year long, top 25 in the country, but just not enough on this one. You got to think they wish they could get that route back to run it past the sticks.
4th down, he's throwing for it. He escapes the pocket. Trap him back there, a 4th down stop and a sack, no less.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the 1st down.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards, so 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Important 2nd down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Looking to scramble. Looks like he's going to run it. He'll step out of bounds. Defense keeps that to a very short gain.
Good awareness here by this defense, keeping their eyes on the quarterback, knowing that he's a potential threat. That time before he can get out, they keep him to a short gain.
And the quarterback keeps it here. The Ducks are on the move here.
Get a short pickup here, but just what they needed. So keep the drive moving, and you know what it's going to do? Plant the seed on this defense. Anytime they run that option, beware the quarterback.
That run is good for 1st down yardage, a new set of downs for this offense. Quarterback drops back. Here's a target, and it's complete. They finally make the tackle, but solid gain sets them up 1st down at the 33. Fresh set of downs for the offense, 1st down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
A sack makes it 2nd down and forever. Running out of time in the pocket. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the 1st down marker.
Well, that's a big-time scramble by that quarterback. My gosh, if you're the defensive coordinator, you got to be scratching your head. Get him at 2nd and forever. You take away everything downfield, and this guy picks up these yards by running the ball. Now, it's 3rd down. You better make up for it right here.
The pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on. The field goal unit coming on the field now. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. But that miss, no change in the score.
Well, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. That poor kicker.
Looking for his big tight end. Fired into a tight window and picked off. And they bring him down, but look, there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see if the officials wipe away this turnover. A nice interception negated by the pass interference call on the defense. That stings. It's a quarterback keeper. Breaks into the clear. Good enough for first down yardage.
Good job here to be able to pick up first down yards by this Nebraska quarterback. And I tell you, when it comes to the option, I don't know if there's anybody in the country that's had the history that Nebraska quarterbacks have had. Going back to the era of Tom Osborne, of course, every single time he put a quarterback out there, they had that ability to attack the defense with their legs. Think about Turner Gill, who won a national championship. Steve Taylor in the late 80s was outstanding. Tommy Frazier and what he was able to do, winning a national championship and running this same play.
Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They're going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Defense will make the stop in what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. So a serious defensive battle as we wrap up their first quarter. These teams pursuing a national championship. Let's take a look at the game summary so far. We'll see if these offenses can find a spark, get a rhythm going in the second quarter of this playoff game. We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Looking right. This one caught. They go backwards on that third down completion. Sets up a fourth down.
Well, obviously you're going to throw the football on third down. But man, they complete that pass and lose yardage to set up this big fourth down.
Trying for a fourth down completion. Tries the right with a quick throw. This football incomplete and a turnover on downs. The running back here in a direct snap. He's in the clear. The 30, past the 20. Finally brought down at the 8-yard line. A huge play, and suddenly they're in great scoring position. But they're finally able to catch him, but a huge chunk play with their running game here.
Boy, this guy is a complete package. All he needs is a crease, and once he sees it, boy, he is gone. They're very lucky they were able to bring him down on that carry.
Touchdown, Ducks, as they claim the lead in this playoff game.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's the point after attempt. The PAT is no good. Wow.
That keeps the score. Oregon 6, Nebraska 0.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a fourth down try. Can they get something going here? Pressure is coming. He's hit as he throws it. This time it's complete. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. That completion makes it second and short. They keep him off balance with a run. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down. So from the 28-yard line, it's a third and manageable here. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. Now here he goes. Inside the 40. Tackle made way downfield, enormous gain.
Man, I love how they're using the receiver here in motion. With a weapon like this, just get him the football. Simple throw for the quarterback. He's got all that speed built up. You get him the ball out there in space with a couple.
Swarm with a pass rush. A sack.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
The pass rush closing in. They got him again. He's like a statue back there.
Chris, that's another sack for this guy. That's back-to-back plays. This guy's been able to get to this quarterback. Man, he is in a zone and feeling good right now. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm either rolling away from that guy or you got to think about double-teaming him just to keep him out of the backfield.
Completion gains about 6 yards, but now it's a 4th down call.
Great job here by the defense. 3rd down and long. You drop back in coverage, keep everything in front of you, force that quarterback to have to check the ball down, and then you rally to the football to force this 4th down. Great job here by the D.
Oh, and he missed it. The kick is no good. The deficit remains at 6 after that miss. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. They make the stop, but he's in enemy territory now. 1st down at the 45. 1st down and 10.
Well, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards in the 1st down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
2nd down after that previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's a quick grab. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. It's the 2-minute timeout. Nice to have a close game here as we approach the half. The Ducks have 1st and 10 here. They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Didn't see anybody open, just throws it away. That's now going to bring up 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Quick throw to his receiver. And this pass is caught. He made the stop, but that moves the football to the 16. It'll be 1st down. The Ducks are going to take advantage of this red zone trap. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. And it's incomplete on a very quick throw. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw yet again. He's running out of time here. Looking for the end zone. Has a lane. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Oregon. So the quarterback says, I'll do this myself, but he just takes off and flashes the speed in the touchdown run.
My goodness, his creativity and speed makes it almost impossible to stop. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I start locking in on this quarterback's ability to run, because if you don't, you're going to see a lot more plays like this.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Looking for the wideout. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. And they keep the drive going. It's a 1st down to the 46. And the Huskers will crank up the tempo. No press coverage. The DB's backing up now. Bringing pressure. Just flings it out of bounds and pass rush closing in.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
Incomplete. There's a marker down in the backfield. Let's get the call. It's been a rough game for this offensive line, allowing 4 sacks and now flagged on the holding call. Second down play coming up for this offense. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. A deep shot to the left side. And it's intercepted as he threw it into heavy traffic that time.
They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
Well, I feel like the quarterback just stared down his intended target, brought that safety who's sitting back in cover 2 right over to make that interception. I'm putting that one on the quarterback.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Moves out of the pocket. And the receiver snags it. It's complete. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage. Less than a yard to go as they cover the line on second down. And the back now goes in motion. Second down, looking to throw it. Defense is coming after him. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
In the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. The pocket breaking down. He's got it right near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Ducks.
Oh, man, these guys will not be stopped. You're talking about putting up points before halftime and then really putting some distance on the scoreboard. This defense is officially reeling.
They convert the PAT, so the lead is now 21. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. That is broken up and incomplete.
This quarterback's got to be so frustrated. He's got an open receiver. He makes a good throw with a good route from his intended target, but this defensive back makes a heck of a play on the ball and knocks it away.
At the 25, it's 2nd and 10. Can they make it a 3rd and manageable here? And this time it's complete. It's a fumble. The offense has it. It's still going. They get him to the ground, heads up by the offense to keep possession, but he's still short of the mark. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. 3rd down play for this offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. They bring him down, but a chance to turn that into points just before halftime.
Boy, we're just here in this first half, and this defense is all over it. That's their 2nd interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
He missed it. Off target that time. And the lead remains at 21 after the miss. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery. And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far, and they keep it going. And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
It's an option look. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Well, if you're going to run this option play, you've got to be the one that's dictating the tempo. I feel like the defense right now is doing that. They did a nice job of getting to the quarterback. He didn't get many yards at all here.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. It's going to be incomplete, trying to make something happen on the run, but nobody open.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play. Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee. Will bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Nebraska offense back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. The sure hands. It's Poe. That'll pick up first down yardage very near the 40. The Cornhuskers will come to the line to run the hurry-up.
Look at this, Chris. After that big gain and a first down, they're already at the line of scrimmage, ready to get this up-tempo offense cranking.
Second down after that run on the previous play. QB bootlegs here.
The pass rush gets home.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Receiver makes the catch. The defense will wrap him up after about a 6-yard gain. Not enough for the first. It's fourth down. The Cornhuskers will look to convert here on fourth down. Needs a completion here on fourth down. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down.
They finally tackle him, but all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Bit of a risky decision here to go for it on your own side of the 50, but guess what? They make it work. Keep the sticks moving.
Still searching for their first touchdown of the game, but on the move now. It's first and 10. Looking to the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone.
He's bringing it back.
They'll finally catch him. That's a huge return. They get the takeaway and set the offense up in great position.
Boy, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
It's incomplete. They waited all game for a chance to intercept one. Instead, it's second down.
Boy, the quarterback catches a break here. He nearly kills all the momentum on just one play. A drop pick, and you're up by 3 touchdowns. You can bet he's going to be hearing it from the coach when he
breaks into the clear. Excellent catch and run by the senior.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
Looking to throw it from the red zone. Defense drops him for a loss. Tougher second down on the way.
This is not how you draw it up as an offensive coordinator. You get a first down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
Comes up with the catch. He's tackled for a loss. After the catch, the defense all over that one. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. On the move now. Contact as he threw it. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
And I love how this defensive coordinator knows how to get after this quarterback. This guy is dangerous when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator understands that. That's why he's trying to hurry up the process. They get pressure on him here, actually hit him as he's throwing this football. Man, I thought he hit that pretty clean. Good hold by the holder. Everything looked to be the way you'd like as a kicker. He just misses it, and the ball trailed on him and ends up hitting the upright.
It's a shotgun run ball. Tough running to avoid a loss, but just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
A play action, looking to throw. On the run here, lets it go. And that pass is incomplete. No idea who he's trying to throw it to.
Chris, I think the pressure's taking a toll on this quarterback. You can just tell the pass rush is affecting his progressions and his willingness to throw it away.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. Tackled at the 44, but good enough for a first down. The Huskers looking to crank up the tempo a bit. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Running out of time in the pocket. Off target with the throw, incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Second down play coming up. And the quarterback dropping back. Looking deep down the right side. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
Love this aggressive mindset from the quarterback and offensive coordinator. Found the matchup that you wanted. Take a shot downfield. You don't hit it, but you made the defense be aware of it.
He finds his man. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Crucial play. Down double digits in the second half. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw it again. Wide open downfield. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball into enemy territory. First down now at the 40. And a player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. And the Huskers looking to keep this drive rolling. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He'll take a deep shot. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight. Look out, he's in the clear. They finally tackle him, but an excellent return after the pick.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down at the 47. They come up on first down, clock running, final minute here of the third quarter. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. First down, looking to throw the football. Caught in the flat by the running back. Breaks loose at the 40. He's in the clear. They finally make the tackle, but he gets all the way to the 14.
Chris, that's just perfect execution here by the offense. Quarterback does a nice job getting back, putting the ball out where the receiver can make a play on it. Nothing you can do as a defender.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Oh, and a flag before the snap. Looked like the defense jumped into the neutral zone there. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So, Kirk, as we break for the quarter, Oregon has the lead here. With 3 quarters in the books, with a chance to stay alive in the playoff at stake, let's take a quick look at the stats so far. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Looking for 6. And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line.
Well, this offense has had a great day today. The game is out of reach. I'd be curious to know why the starting quarterback's even still in the game and why is he throwing the football?
Picks up a gain here. They'll stop him just a few inches short of the first down marker.
Well, I feel like they call that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll we'll see if they can convert.
They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Touchdown, Oregon! Still no answer for this offense.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
And it's no good. He missed the extra point.
That keeps the score. Oregon 30.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And Nebraska's offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. Makes the catch for the defense. Breaks on the ball, and it's a short gain.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice...
Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Tackled all the way down at the 25-yard line. Suddenly, they're in great position to get points.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Delayed handoff. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
The draw is a good way to keep the defensive line in check and use their aggressiveness against them. It can be real effective, even in passing situations, if you mix it in correctly.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. And that's interception number 5. Where will this QB get the hook? Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Now here he goes. At midfield. Inside the 40. Out past the 30. At the 20. Inside the 10. Football comes out. Offense recovers the fumble. It keeps going. The ball is loose. Looks like the defense has it for a takeaway.
Just a critical error here by this offense late in the game, working with the lead. The last thing you want to see is obviously a turnover. But give credit to this defense. They got the ball back to their own offense, and now they got a real shot.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And he'll set up to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder...
Broken tackle still going. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Past the 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers, as they fight back here in this playoff game.
It's not going to make much of a difference today, but it can be a subtle positive takeaway.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He's looking to throw. Ball carrier tackled there. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick.
Nebraska 6.
Now they safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Well, they didn't really have much of a choice. Had to go with his onside kick, but as we all know, such a low chance of actually recovering this. It was likely their only option if they wanted to get another shot at trying to get the football back.
That's solid pursuit. They'll trap him out there behind the line of scrimmage. Getting set. Here's second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Took one last shot. With no time on the clock, though, this game is over. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that's going to wrap it up. The loser starts the offseason. The winner moves on. And so do we. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. And this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.